Sorry. I want to be able to deploy AI automated solution and make money. Also, I would love to teach automation also. Please, Emmanuel, please take note of Abdul Basit. He would also love to, be able to teach automation. So probably we can add him to the team, for future uh trainings. Do you understand? Please let me take note of him. He said he's also interested in what? In teaching automation, AI automation. So let's look at what Felicia said. Felicia said, I want to be able to build AI automations to solve problems for work and also make money from my work. I love this. Every one of us, at the end of the day, every skills that we learn at one time or the other, what is the main primary purpose of doing that? Is just to do what? Is just to earn money from it. Thank you very much, Felicia. So I have how many people like that? One, two, three, four. Please let's respond in the chat, everyone. I don't want to call names. I have just 1 more minute to do this. I have 1 more minute. I'm expecting you all. Do you want me to call name? Okay, Olumide Idowu. Olumide Idowu, thank you very much to be able to develop and deploy AI automation. Let me stop here. Let me stop here. Thank you very much, everyone that have responded. Don't forget, this is the first class. I tell people that once you miss the first uh, the first class of any training like this, it might be very difficult for you to be able to cope. But I want to congratulate you all. What you need to do for me is to stay, glued to your screen, stay glued to your device in case you have a network timeout. Ensure that you do what? Ensure that you quickly connect back, and probably you need to step out of your system. You can just quickly use the chat room and inform the coordinator of this training that you just want to step out. And if you have any questions, don't forget, I'll be on full screen here. I would like you to always put it in the chat section. The coordinators will be able to call my attention to it. And in case my network times out, because that is inevitable, we ensure you don't worry, just a minute, the coordinators will get across to me and we are going to fix it with immediate effect. So welcome again. Okay, somebody said something. Let me just read this so I don't leave them out. Um, um, Ifeanyi said, greetings, sir. I believe this course will give me the technical foundation I need to implement digital transformation system for business. You are 100% correct. I work with in my company. So additionally, as a PhD student in business innovation, this course will give me the technical paradigm for my research thesis. Sincerely, I'm hopeful you'll be able to get, the right topic, for your research thesis. I'm very sure you should, and I'm very sure your expectation will be met at the end of the day. Thank you very much, everyone. Thank you very much, everyone. Permit me to share my screen. Okay, before I start at all, let me first share this material with you. Everyone, go to the chat room, go and copy this particular link and keep it somewhere. I'm going to reference it during the course of this engagement this morning. If you don't, uh, I need you to all look at it, because I'm very sure we have a lot of people that don't know or have an idea of what Python really means. So I remember there was a time like that. I asked someone, I said, please tell me the definition of Python. The person said it's a big snake. It's a big snake. How many of you um agree to that definition, that Python is a big snake? Can I see your reaction? If you agree that Python is a big snake, let me see a thumbs up. And if not, let me see thumbs down. Let me see that quickly. If you agree that Python is a big snake, thank you very much, John. Python is a big snake. Yes. Okay. Who else? Who else? If you don't agree, let me see thumbs down. If you don't agree, let me see your thumbs down. Okay, Candy is laughing. Felicia, okay. Abdulaziz, okay. Jessica, okay. Patricia, okay. Good. Okay, good. Python is a big snake. Yes, sincerely, what we grew up to know is that Python is a very big snake. So in this class, nobody is right and nobody is wrong. Yes, nobody is right and nobody is wrong. Please take note of that. That is made for you. So if you are wrong, we are here to learn. Do you understand? So don't feel bad. Do you get what I'm trying to say now? And if I'm also wrong, do you understand? Don't worry, I won't feel bad. Do you get what I'm trying to say? We are all here to be able to learn. Yeah, sincerely, Python is a big snake. Do you understand? But in IT, Python is a programming language. Oh. Do you understand? So when you see Samantha laughing, when you see Esther Ekende laughing, and there's some people that are also laughing, Ifeanyi was laughing, when they were laughing, it was not that they meant bad, but it's just that they got the scope. So Python is a programming language. So for those people that don't know anything about Python programming language, because we are going to be needing it, especially from the second class, that's from next week, Friday, we are going to be needing it. So you are going to be taking a course which are posted on the group between now and next week Friday. Everyone that want to shape their knowledge, at least the basic knowledge that is needed to be able to what, to be able to write a simple Python uh scripts, then you need to take that course. I've posted it on the group chat. You can copy it and keep it somewhere. Now, everybody do that. If you've copied it, let me see your reaction in the chat room because it's very important for every one of us to do that. Let me just see like 5 to 6 people. Great. Samantha, thank you. Candy, thank you. Thank you. Okay. Um, uh, so I'm sure. Thank you, Jessica. Good. So keep it somewhere. Do you understand? So that in case the network times you out, you still have access to it. So it's not a long course. At least the maximum video per time is like 5 minutes. So if you start today, you can spend like a 30 minutes. By the time you're going to do 30 minutes, you should have been able to cover up to 6 videos and you have 44 videos. So between now and you are taking, let's say for 44 videos, you are taking a minimum of five videos. So you need 8 days. So by the time you are taking like 10 in a day, that means that you have just 4 days to be able to finish up the whole course. Do you get what I'm trying to say now? And at the end of the day, you are going to get a badge from Microsoft. Yes, you're going to get the badge from Microsoft. So please ensure that you try to be able to go through it immediately after this class. Don't forget, I will not be taking you Python today, but I'm very sure when the next trainer that's going to be coming from next week uh, comes on the call, be rest assured that he will be needing to be able to it will be needing your basic idea on Python. And during the course of the week also, in case you have any challenge, just feel free. Feel free to be able to, reach out to us. I'm very sure uh, Emmanuel, hello, Emmanuel, are you there?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yeah, okay, thank you very much. Please, I think I can also request that you add all the instructors to the general group, so that in case anybody have a question, regarding any of the assignments or tasks that's going to be given, then they can be able to quickly, attend to them. I think that's okay, right?
Yes, sir. That's fine, sir.
Yeah, thank
That
you
will be
very
good.
much. Yeah. So Okay, so about Python becoming a big snake, let me start, by sharing my screen. Yes, let me start by sharing my screen. I want to wish you all the best, and it's going to be a great time for me. I've been expecting this particular time here with you all. So confirm you can see my screen in full screen, please, quickly. Thank you.
Yes, we
Uh,
can see your screen, sir.
okay, thank you very much. Thank you very much. So, uh, okay. So without wasting much of our time, we're moving to artificial intelligence um, and AI automation specialists. So, one of the things that you need to understand is that at the end of these 12 weeks, it is very important, which I've told the trainers on the call, is that 75% of everyone that participated in this training must be able to build intelligent systems that thinks. That is to say, they must be able to build intelligent systems that can act. And at the end of the training, they must be able to also build intelligent systems that can improve based on its interactions with data that have been provided to it. I asked last week, I said, if your job could be automated in the next 5 years, would you know before it happens? The question is, you can't know. Because everything that you think is that since you are the best person at that job currently, then nothing can take your place. But currently, as we are talking, artificial intelligence can take your place if you are not very creative about what you are doing. I said at the end of using AI, you don't just be using your ChatGPT, you don't just be using your other LLMs, that's the large language models. You'll be able to design systems, design. You'll be able to do what? You'll be able to design systems that uses artificial intelligence automatically. So let's move on from here. You need to understand that we are not just here for this course to be able to use prompting tools. Example, we're not here to use ChatGPT. We're not just here to use Copilot. We're not just here to learn how to prompt your AI. Or we're not just here to teach you theory. I mentioned that the other time, that we are here to be able to teach you the engineering, the automation, and how to be able to deploy monitoring tools for your artificial intelligence models, and how to ensure that you build real-world AI systems. These are the things that we are going to be teaching, or you are expected to learn at the end of this course. Look at this, everybody. You can take a screenshot of it. So at the end of these 12 weeks, you can always remind me if these goals are met. Number one is that you'll be able to automate data pipelines. You'll be able to train models. You'll be able to deploy models. At the end of this course, you'll be able to build AI APIs. At the end of this course, you'll be able to also monitor your AI performance. At the end of this course also, you'll be able to implement retraining, that is the ability for your models to be able to relearn itself. And lastly, is that you'll be able to handle responsible AI concerns. Look at these beautiful faces on the screen. Apart from myself that you met today, I'm very sure I have them all on the call. I have Mufe Akinola, is an AI engineer, and I have Obina Howuka, is an AI automation expert. I have Marvin Oyo, is an AI automation expert. And for those people in Kenya, it's AI automation expert from Kenya. I have Mercy Vincent, is also she's also an AI specialist. So these beautiful and handsome faces are going to be the people we are going to be meeting during the course of this training. So, and I want to assure you that you really enjoy them. Now, everybody in the chat room, what do you know by artificial intelligence? I need 2 or 3 people to quickly help me out with that. Don't look at what I have on my screen. What do you think is artificial intelligence? So, from your own definition as an intending specialist, so let me put that way, as an intending specialist. So, what do you think is artificial intelligence? So, quickly help me out in the chat room, everybody. Let's do this. What do you understand by artificial intelligence? Quickly, that's what we're starting up from this morning. What do you understand by artificial intelligence? Yes, AI system that makes work effective and efficient. Thank you very much, Kendi. An AI system that's okay. AI is a system. It's a system. Okay. Do you mean computer? Do you mean phone? Do you mean a device? Can they please help me out with that? What do you understand by a system, that makes work effective and efficient? Quickly, I need more people. Quickly, what do you understand by artificial intelligence? Thank you very much, CEO. He said it's a system created to automate human intelligence that makes things easier and more efficient. Okay, good. Thank you very much, Abdul Basi. Thank you very much, Kennedy, for that. Any software, device, or platform. So quickly, give me an example of an AI that you know. Everybody, let's go to the chat again. Example of AI that you know. Quickly, let's see that in the chat room. I think everybody should be able to contribute to this. What are the examples of artificial intelligence that you know? Okay, I'm seeing something from Olaito here. He said, Kini AI, okay, Perplexity, voice assistant, Siri, Cloud, AI. Wow, this is good. This is good. So this one will help. I'm seeing ChatGPT, Netflix. Yes, Netflix will have artificial intelligence inside of it. Just Stitch, Canva. Wow, 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 wow. So at the end of the day, we're able to understand that any system, a simple machine, right? Any device that has the ability to perform tasks that are normally required by human intelligence. That's what artificial intelligence. Before we move on again, let me just quickly tell you another common definitions for artificial intelligence. And somebody will say, uh, "Why do I need an artificial intelligence when this is what I do every day?" So why we need artificial intelligence? Because that particular thing that you are doing every day, we want something that can do it instead of stressing yourself. So you as a human being can be able to really sit down and be much more creative. So we can say artificial intelligence what helps to perform repetitive tasks that is normally required by human intelligence. Or you can say it's the attempt to make a machine that is okay. It's not only about creating alone. We can talk about the attempt that is about to make a machine or a system to perform tasks that normally require number one, human judgment, number two, pattern recognition, number three, reasoning, number four, language understanding. And it is very clear that we all understand what an example of artificial intelligence really is. So with our response in the chat room, it shows that at one time or the other, we have been able to uh to interact with artificial intelligence, at least in our daily lives or probably during the time we're at work. So at one time or the other, we've been able to do what? Interact with artificial intelligence. So now I have a screen here. So I want a question back in the chat room. Everybody go back to your chat room now. So look at this. This man was employed to an organization to be able to watch 200 CCTV screens. So it looks for suspicious behaviors. Then it makes decision based on patterns. This is what it does every day. 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. Right? 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. That's around 8 hours. So for the 8 hours of this time, this is what it does. So now I have a simple question for you all. And I want to see the answer in my chat room. Apart from the pitfalls, on relying on this particular human method, of judging what behavior is suspicious in the watching of the cameras. Are you getting me? What do you think is best? So what do you think is best? What other method do you think is best to be able to address this kind of errors that will occur? So now the first question is, what error do you think will occur from relying on this human task every day? And number two is that, what do you think will be the solution? So now we'll do like this. You give the pitfalls, that is the error or the challenges that will be met, and you give me a solution to it. Quickly, everybody in the chat room, let's do that. In trying to monitor over 200 CCTV screens, what are the pitfalls on relying on this handsome man, beautiful woman, intelligence, even in making the right decision? So what do you think will be the pitfall, the challenges, the errors from relying? Thank you very much. I think Nat, am I right? Thank you very much, Nat. From relying on this man. I don't even think that looking at suspicious behavior is judgment might be wrong, right? So what are the things that might be a pitfall, challenges, or errors in trying to rely on this particular human intelligence? And the next thing I want you to do for me is to give me the solution. Thank you very much. Nat, you've not given the solution. Fatigue. Yes. What is the solution to this? So human might develop fatigue. I love this. Patricia said, human, like blind spots, you might miss someone that maliciously with malicious behavior. Are you getting your patterns? Another one is the solution is AI integration will help reduce blind spot. Thank you very much, Patricia. Sarah said forgetting. Yeah, so what do we need to do in order to ensure that we don't forget anything? Sarah, I need the solution. So Kendi Alabi said, the error is assumption of result. This is very beautiful. When somebody tries to shake his head like this twice, I think the person is trying to harm someone or try to do something wrong, based on experience. So the solution is I think KDLB is yeah, what's it called? Is a cybersecurity expert. Okay, beautiful. Felicia was inability to make informed reports. I think that's also um sits with KD Alabi and Patricia too. So let's go at Abdul Basit. He said lag off. He won't be able to cover all. Number one, good. Number two, he needs more teams. But solution area will just automate everything. Thank you very much. All we've said here, automation, error is oversight, and which really happens all the time. And the only they need to do is to include the use of computer vision system. That doesn't say bottom needs more team. You need even if you have more team, there's still more problem because they might be discussing. They might not even be watching. Do you understand what I'm trying to say now? Thank you very much, everyone, for your response. So let's go look at um what we've provided as the solution. Number one, using of computer vision system. Somebody said we should use SOC uh, uh, tools. Um, Somebody said we should use AI integration, with the help and it will reduce. So, imagine that all these particular images that have been gotten, over 10 million surveillance clips gotten across a lot of data that have been used to do what? To, to train your model. And you install it, to your other recorder or probably anywhere that you are saving your items in real time, you'll be able to what? Get the right uh and precise remarks. Yes. Or probably you'll be able to make a right decision on whatever it's needed to be suspicious. That is the what? The power of artificial intelligence. I want to ask a question. If you could automate just one annoying task in your life currently, what would that be? Let me hear from you again. You as a person, just as you're sitting down with your system, with your phones, you're trying to, listen to this course. I want to become an AI automation specialist. Okay. I remember somebody said something the other during the expectation. He said that was if I said he will like it, he will love if at the end of the day is able to, you know, get his thesis from this particular session. And that person said he would like to, automate some of the his daily activities in the office. You remember that somebody said that. So if now as a person, I'm trying to look for that person that said that. Now as a person, you as a person, if you could automate just one thing that's very annoying in your life, which is a task, what would that be? I'm waiting. Good. Hmm. Samantha said inbox sweep. Yes. Okay, they said procrastination. Okay, at least people, how do we use AI to automate procrastination? Oh? How do we do that? I'm loving this. Calendar sweep, beautiful. Ah, Jessica said, I overthink and I'm slow in decision making. If I could automate something in my life, I will automate quick, fast, and accurate decision making without having to worry if it is wrong decision or not. I love this. Nat said, posting daily on social media, good. Uh, Tosi said, washing clothes. Please, I think Mofe, Obina, uh, Marvin, and Mercy. Can you see somebody want to be able to automate washing of clothes? Oh? So somebody said waking up in the morning to go to work. Hey, yeah. Content creation. Great. Consistent timer reminder. Beautiful. Training content. I love this. Hey, please, what is happening in this group? Hello, Emmanuel. Hello, Emmanuel.
Is that I'm here? Oh.
Please, are you taking note of all these
Oh,
things?
I, I am. I am. I
Okay,
am.
someone wants to automate house chores or chores. Someone wants to automate house chores. Okay, constant timer and reminder. Okay, okay. Somebody said even waking up every morning to go to work. They still want to automate that one. Hey, hey. Okay, messaging, posting, and getting in touch with partners without even touching my phone. Yes, this is possible, 100%. Yes, somebody is laughable, but it's possible, 100% possible. So all you need to do is to be able to what? Is to be able to crowd fund, are you getting me? Those people that you are currently that needs your services, are you getting me? Then you'll have told it or probably trained it to be able to use the kind of message or email or probably the way you want to reach out to them. Then all you just need to do is to get those people and send other mails or something to them, then to be able to initiate the conversation. It's very, very possible. Extracting important tasks from emails that need action, 100% possible. Yes, responding to mails. Yes, reading books. Yes, you said annoying. Washing dishes. Can we have a solution, please? So I think don't worry, we'll have a solution. So they want to automate washing dishes. It's not annoying. Okay, Samantha said, Patricia, please, Samantha has responded. She said, you can please hire her to be able to watch them for you. Do you understand? She will be on here. And then lastly, okay, everything is possible. Sincerely, everything is possible. From your ask chores to your personal to your daily personal needs, to your office needs, to your somebody says wake up and prepare for the whole day. Everything is possible. Thank you very much. This is very, very lovely. Thank you very much, Nats. Everything is possible. Don't forget, it is laughable. Do you understand? It is laughable, but sincerely, it is possible. 100% possible. And I want to assure you that keep your hope high, keep your expectation high. At the end of this course, you'll be able to do what? To be able to do some, if not all of them. And at the end of the day, these things that we've identified, channel your mind towards it. That I want it to be my major project at the end of the day. Okay, whenever we've been given a task to do something, all you need to do is be able to see how that particular task can help you solve the current task that you want to automate in your life currently. Thank you very much. So, in a nutshell, I've also explained this uh, I think last week I won't be wasting much of my time on it. I spoke to us about what AI automation really is and what AI means and what we'll be doing as an AI automation specially. I said when we talk about AI alone, artificial intelligence alone, what we are speaking to is that we want to build a model. Do you understand? So when we talk about the automation, so that means that we are either building the script or we are writing a script. That is where you need the basic knowledge of Python. Do you understand? You need the basic knowledge of Python because at the end of the day, Don't forget that you still need to be able to ensure that all the data that are being collected, that are being trained, and those data that are being uh, uh, trained, cleaned, properly cleaned, and are all you know used for one thing or the other. You don't just get data because they are static. So you need to make it more dynamic to do whatever you want it to do. And that is why you need automation. So you need to have the basic knowledge of the scripts. So that's where you have the Python. So let's go look at what the AI automation can do. You'll be able to collect new data, and I remembered I asked some people sometimes, you can say, where are the sources that you can get data? You can get it from several places. You can be able to retrain um, models that you've been able to build. Then you deploy and updated versions. You can be able to monitor performance alerts when performance drops. So, um, who are AI automation specialists, and what really makes them to be a professional? So when somebody comes to you and said, I'm a AI automation specialist, are you getting me? So you need to let the person understand that, see, we are not just a coder, we are not just writing scripts. Are you getting me? We are not just a developer, we are not just analysts, we are not just data scientists. Are you getting me? What we do is that we develop, design intelligent systems. We integrate AI into workflows. We automate decision pipelines. We deploy models into what? Into production. So when you are done from the local environment, then you deploy it into production where it's going to be accessible generally. So we have the monitor performance. We have trigger returning automatically, and we also ensure that there's fairness and then security. So let's quickly talk about the learning. Machine learning. Don't forget, I was speaking about what artificial intelligence really is. Then these are the basic, things that we really need to understand in uh starting, this 12 weeks course. Yes. So you need to understand these basic things. So if I ask you, what do you understand by machine learning? What do you understand by machine learning? So can I get one person to, yes, thank you very much. Somebody's already dropping something in the chat room, picking it up. Okay. Said, okay, thank you very much, about it. Okay. Can I get somebody that can just tell me what you understand by don't forget, in this class, nobody is right, nobody is wrong. Every one of us, we are neither wrong nor right. So, what do you understand by machine learning? What do you understand by machine learning? Quickly, do you have anybody? Thank you. The ability of the programs to learn human language. Okay, it's training an AI to reason. Beautiful. It's training an AI to what? To reason. So don't worry, I get me about the definitions for now. But we're going to do something. I have something on my screen. Please look at it very well. I have a framework, and this particular explain everything that is being required to build an artificial intelligence systems. So please look up everybody. I'm going to take a little bit of my time here. I think I should be able to take close to 15 minutes on this particular screen. So look at it, everybody. So according to ISO 23053, do you understand? Which gives us the definition and the way to be able to build an AI system using machine learning. That's what, as 23,053, that's what it does. So you can think of this particular framework as what we call building a smart worker. Are you getting me? So what you need to do is that for you to be able to build a smart worker, are you getting me? You need to first decide what job should the worker do. Then you will be able to do the next thing after deciding what the job the worker that you've been able to employ does. What you need to do is to train the worker. After you have trained the worker, then you put the worker to work. This is what this particular framework does. So number one is I decide what to be done. Number two is I decide the training. And number three is it decide what it should do and how it should be done. Do you understand? Then we also need to talk about the monitoring of this particular uh, uh, AI models or systems that are going to be built. So these are the things that. So let's go look at the 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 five main parts. Are you getting me? We have the task, we have other task, we have the model, we have the tools, we have the machine learning, then we have the machine learning. That is the five: the task, the other task, the model, the tools, and the machine learning. So without wasting much of our time, are you getting me? So the task will always ask the question: what problem are we solving? Please follow me very closely. So this comes with the general, that is, what problem are we solving? So is it mathematical? That is regression. So, when we say mathematical, we means, do we want to predict house pricing, for example? Do you want to predict how hot tomorrow's weather will look? Are you getting me? Sometimes we can predict stock price. Do you understand? So when we talk about the classification, do you mean that we want to put this particular AI to decide which category something belongs to? Don't forget that I said the regressions help us to do what? Predict numbers. The classification help us to do what? To decide which category something or that particular data belongs to. And example, we have you have an email. So you want to classify, is this email urgent or not urgent? Is this email a spam or not spam? Have you attended to this email, or probably you want to determine how far this uh uh you want to determine where that particular email falls. Is it still unread or read? Is it of high priority or moderate or low priority? You want to talk about classification using fraud. You want to talk about, is it that particular transaction, is it fraudulent or is it legitimate? We want to talk about in health sector, whenever they want to determine whether there's probably the symptoms they are seeing is cancer. So our job is to determine, is it cancer or not cancer? That is where the classification comes in. I have the clustering. Yes. So the clustering shows that we have group of similar things together automatically. Example is customer segregation, we have segmentation, we have grouping similar products, we have grouping news articles. That's what clustering really means. And the anomaly detection, it means that AI finds unusual behavior. So when we talk about anomaly detection, it takes us back to the example where we had somebody watching over 200 watt CCTV cameras or screens. So unusual behavior can also come from cyber attack detection. It can come from fraud detection. It can come from what? Network intrusion detection. it can come from CCTV monitoring, it can come from several things. And lastly, when you are defining the task, is it dimensionality reduction? That is to say, do you want to just find a way to simplify very complex things to a simple thing? Just find a way to just simplify complex data. So, that is to say, you want to try to see if you can make a system much more faster and smarter. Are you getting me? That is where dimensionality reduction. So, in trying to be able to get started with machine learning, the first stage in the framework, right, according to ISO 23053, which is the task, shows that you need to first classify them according to what they need to be doing. That is the task, the general, that is what the problem they are solving. I talk about the regression classification. So let's quickly move to the other task. The other task. So this is done. This is done. Then the other task. Yes, the other task means that if they are needed advanced AI capabilities, do you understand? Don't forget that the general just help us to be able to determine where they belongs to, right? That is, what problem are we trying to achieve? Are we trying to solve? The other one, which is the other task, let us understand that, okay, do this task, do they need advanced AI capability? Example, we have the semantic segmentation of text and images, we have the machine translation, we have the speech recognition, we have the object localization, we have the image generation. So we have the semantic segmentation of text and images that help us to identify any part of an image. Do you understand? So you can talk about maybe self-driving cars that that's trying to identify whether you're on the right road, whether there's a pedestrian, what's it called, mark, or there's a pedestrian image, or probably there's traffic light at that particular place. So something that helps us to be able to identify one part or all of what of an image. That is the semantic segmentation of text and images. So we have the machine translation. That is to be able to help us translate language automatically. So the task that you are trying to achieve, do you need something to help you to automatically translate your language? Example of this is Google Translate. Do you understand? We have Microsoft too. Microsoft too has their own. Let's quickly move to speech recognition. What do I mean by speech recognition? You know that, does this task you want to do, does it need to convert speech to text? Example is your Siri, your voice assistant, your Google Assistant, and so on and so forth. We have the object localization, which have help us determine or detect where objects are inside of images. Don't forget that in the semantic segmentation of text and images, that is to say, that helps us be able to identify simple images, right? So for object localization, it helps us to detect where that particular image really is inside that image. That's that object has been detected in that image where it's really located. We have the image generalization. That is where we are able to generate new image. So, not to waste our, well, I've said, okay, give me an example of AI tools that you've used that can help you to generate images. I know we have a lot of them that we mentioned initially. Let's go look at the model. And what is model? Is very simple and clear. That is to say, the mathematical brain of an AI system. So all the data that are being collected all around the world, are you getting me? They are being brought together, trained to be able to what? To be able to develop a model. And that model is the AI system brain. So we have data, sometimes you can say that's what we use to feed our AI. Don't forget that model is the brain, while data is what we feed, the AI itself. So AI learns from what? From data, from the data. So without AI, you should be able to understand that. Do you understand what I'm saying now? So the first step in every engagement is to do what? Is to get the right data. We're going to be talking about that during the course of this training. So we have the other data, we have we have tests, and we have production data tests. Let's quickly run through the tools, and we'll look at the machine learning too. Look at the machine learning tools. You know that the tools are what we use to build and probably improve our AI systems. So when you want to uh, prepare your data, for example, you need a tool to be able to clean and organize those data. Do you understand? You need a tool to be able to. Example of tools that can be used to prepare or clean a data. You have Python, you have Pandas, you have SQL. So for machine learning algorithms, which are probably, let's call it, mathematical techniques which are used to learn patterns. So example is decision trees. We have neural networks. We have random forest, and you will learn all those things during the course of the training. Let's quickly move to the machine learning approaches. So how the AI itself learns. Do you understand? They will move to the pipeline. They will move on for today. So for different AI, the way they learn differs. Do you understand? So we have the supervised learning, that is to say, AI learns from label data. So you learn that example of labeled data is you have some data that being categorized as, okay, this one is dog, this one is cat. That is supervised learning. Unsupervised learning, they learn without labels. Do you understand? So they find patterns instead. They find patterns instead of using labels. Do you understand? So we have customer segmentation, for example. We have the semi-supervised learning, which uses both the supervised and the unsupervised method. Are you getting me? It uses both the supervised. And we have the self-supervised learning. It learns by creating its own labels. Do you understand? It learns. Examples are the GPT models. Do you understand? So we have reinforcement learning. It's this one. Reinforcement learning learns by trial and error. Do you understand? Examples that you are trying to play a game. Do you understand? It learns by trial and error. So it learns by. So we have transfer learning, which is one of the last machine learning approaches according to ISO 23053, and that is the ability for the AI to use the knowledge from the previous task, do you understand, to solve another task. So I think you'll have seen that in a lot of your LLMs that you've been using. So let's go move to the last one. That is the machine learning pipeline. I won't be taking much time here. And that is, this machine learning pipeline shows the complete process of how to be able to build artificial intelligence. It shows you the complete process of how to be able to build how to be able to build artificial intelligence. Number one is the data acquisition. That is to say, collection of data. Do you understand? When we say data acquisition, we mean collection of data. Number two is data preparation. When we say data preparation, it means cleaning and organizing that data. Do you understand? Cleaning and do what? And organizing that data. Number three is modeling. Yes, that means training the AI. Don't forget we said that model means what? The brain of the AI. So in the process of getting a model, what we need to do is to train, the data that's been what? That is being acquired and prepared. Do you understand? So number one, everybody, what are the machine learning pipeline? We have the data acquisition, that is to say, you can collect data. Number two is okay. Let me type it so that we can have it here. So I'm coming. 1 minute. Don't worry. As I said the other time, I'm here to make to tell us about the foundation. So I'll try to do this. So coming on to try to type on it. Okay. So let's reduce this or probably find a way to create a place. Coming. Let's do this because it's going to help us at the end of the class. Let's make it color blue. So okay, good. Left. So start from up, coming. Okay, good, everybody. So the first machine learning approach is what? Data acquisition. Data acquisition. So that means what? You collect data. So now, number two, okay, let's like this. Number two is what? Data preparation. So please take note of these steps. Take note of this step. That is to say, we clean and we are able to also organize our data. We have the third one, which is what? Which is modeling. So that is when we are able to train AI. Train the AI. Let's put it like that. Train the AI or train the data. Let's put the brackets. So we have another one, which is the verification, and validation. What do we mean by verification and validation? We mean to be able to test the AI itself. Test the AI itself. So the next one is deployment. 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 So what do we mean by deployment? We mean to be able to put the AI into either, let's call it production, or into a real world system. So we have the operations, which means we need to do what? We need to uh, monitor and maintain the AI system. So please let's take note of this. I just had to ensure that we, you know, I just have to ensure that we have the clear step-by-step, method or process or the pipeline into what machine learning really is. I think with this, we'll be able to tackle whatever project or probably whatever system that we want to build at the end of the day. So don't forget, according to what? According to ISO 23053, this is what machine learning really is. We'll talk about the task, we'll talk about the other task, that is to say, in case you need other features, advanced features, AI features to be added to that particular task. So we'll talk about the models, that is to talk about the data, to talk about the tools that are needed. We'll talk about the machine learning approaches, and we'll talk about the machine learning pipeline. I think with this, we're able to understand what each and every one of these terms and definitions is in what in machine learning. So in a simple term, without moving forward, you know that we want to build computers that are able to recognize patterns. Do you understand? For example, so what we do a lot of times is that we do hard coding. If I have developers on the call, you find out that what you do is that you hard code. So we use the traditional programming methodology or method, which helps us to write explicit rule. That is to say, if or if else statements. So we need to ensure that we arrive at whatever uh, final result or output that is needed. But with machine learning, all we need to do is to be able to provide example of data that are related to the kind of output that we want. Are you getting me? And we allow the system to be able to what? To determine or discover the rule to be able to ensure that it helps to do what? To give the output. Let's look at this. Let's imagine you want to detect email spams. Yes, email spams. And the traditional rule-based method, what it does is that we write thousands of rules. So thousands of rules includes that if that particular message contains words or set of words or sentences like win money, are you getting me? Categorize it as spam. So if message contains suspicious link, do you understand? You categorize. That is the traditional rule that we are. So if sender is unknown, if there are too many capital letters, so if this becomes impossible to maintain, then this is where we have the traditional rule, and this is very tiring. It's very, very tiring. So let's imagine that we have the use of machine learning. Are you getting me? So when you feed the system with like 1 million spam data, are you getting me? And not spam email, then the AI itself will learn the patterns. Are you getting me? To learn the patterns and be able to output the right or give us, okay, make the right decision based on the what? The input that was fed with it. That is the data that was fed with it. So just imagine you have a 1 million spam data or probably a 1 million non-spam data, and we're able to allow you to understand the difference between the two of them, either categorizing it or using any form of method to be able to specify the kind of task that we're doing. Then you ensure that those things, you don't have to do anything. All you just need to do sorry, please. So all you just need to do is to ensure that you need the right data to be able to what, to be able to feed your system and train them properly. Let's go look at this um, important task concepts that you might need, to be able to let you understand what machine learning really is. You need to understand this. In machine learning, learning is statistical. It is not the learning that you know, where you have to load it with a lot of unnecessary things. So what we do is that machines do not understand. What they do is that they calculate probabilities. I gave an example here. I said when a low model says approve, what does it really means? I get me. It means that based on the pattern of data that have been used to train that particular model for what? For loan approval. What inputs you fed into it, whatever prompt you fed into it, resemble the approved option or verdict or output. Do you understand? So when a loan model says approved, that means that based on the data that you fed it with, you've trained the model with, then you have what? You have an output that resemble that what? That output. Now let's move to what is AI automation. Let's move to what is AI automation. I think we should go on break. Um, Emmanuel, when are we going on break, please?
Um, Talking about break, Mr. Ayola, our Muslim brethren will be going to pray by 1 or 1:30. So Friday classes usually is from 11 to 1 or 1:30. We only go on break
Okay.
on Saturday classes. So
Okay. Don't worry, don't worry, don't worry, don't worry. I'll round up very soon so that we can be able to end by 1 then. Since today is fundamental, so I would see what we can do to ensure that
No, like,
we balance them because it has to be
no,
fully
it's just a heavy.
so I think somebody's speaking.
Please, what time is the class ending?
1 p.m.
So, Mr. Ayala,
Yes,
also,
sir.
the class continues next week. Each topic takes 2 weeks.
Yes. So
Yes,
not a
sir.
problem, not a problem. So I'm here to start the fundamentals. So let's quickly move on. So we'll end this class by 1 p.m. today. So what's AI automation? So without wasting all of our time on asking you what do you understand by automation, you know that it's integration of machine learning into what? Into workflows. Do you understand? The integration of machine learning systems into workflows. I've broken down the processes, the approach, the machine learning approach for us. Do you understand? So into workflows that operate continuously into manual supervision. So example is that you are trying to um, um, add you are trying to automate some of the things that you do with your Microsoft Word, your Excel, your what other application do you use? Your accounting application, whatever application that you are trying to integrate, your forms. Do you understand? Anything you're just trying to integrate artificial intelligence into whatever system that you do. That is what an automation really means. That is integrating machine learning systems into what into your workflows that operates continuously without let me use the manual supervision, either with little or no supervision at all. So let's go look at the AI development lifecycle stages. Yes, everyone look at the screen now. So we have 6 stages. So the number 1 is the general. Do you understand? Then the remaining 6 are very important. Number 1 is the data collection and preparation. Number 2 is the model selection and training. Number 3 is number 4 is the model development. Number 5 is the what? Is the model evaluation and validation. Number 6 is development and integration. And lastly, monitoring and maintenance. Let's look at each of these one after the other. So for data collection, when you hear the word data collection, don't forget that today we are dealing with the fundamentals and it has to be very clear. So that's why I have to break it down into simple terms that you all can understand. So for data collection, I said if you train fraud model only on transaction from Lagos, will it generalize to Abuja? So you got fraud, you got the fraud model based on data that was collected from Lagos, for example. When you get to Abuja, do you think it's going to work for them in Abuja? So where does this your information comes from? Can you see everybody? You can get it from different databases. You can get it from sensors. You can get it from user inputs. You can get it from logs. You can get it from external API. I want to quickly ask in the chat room, do you know of platforms where we can get data from for training of our models? Do you have platforms that we can go to for training our models? Do you know anything like that? Do you know anywhere we can get data from? You know, I can't get from database, for example. I can't get from sensors. I can't get from people. I can't get from any logs. I don't have access to that. Do you have any other places that this data can come from? Please, somebody help me up in the chat room quickly. Somebody help me out in the chat room quickly. Do you have where we can get this data from? Where we can get this data from? I'm expecting someone to assist me out. Okay. Okay. Somebody assist me out quickly. What other sources? Thank you. Public financial report from banks. Thank you very much, Tony. Any other person? Thank you very much. We can get from financial reports from banks, NIN data. Can you have NIN database? It's not possible. Can they? Is it possible? BVR, you might not be able to get it. You might not be able to get it. But anyway, if you have real-time access, you should be able to get it. Yes, but if you need real NIN database, it might be very hard. But it's possible you can get it from there too. Thank you very much, Kendi. Let me get one more person. One more person. There's one that I'm expecting. GitHub. Thank you very much, Nat. I see one more person. There's one I'm looking for. Very common. Very common. Thank you very much, Nat. Thank you, Kendi. Thank you, Tony. Yes. Okay, I need one more, one more. Ministry of Statistics. Okay, great. Yes. I still need one more. Just one. One. There's one that's very common. Very, very common. Very, very common. Apart from Ministry of Statistics, GitHub, NIN database, you financial reports from banks, hospital, no, not hospital. There's one, just one like that. It starts from K. Yes, it starts from K. Can somebody help me out? I've tried to give the answer out. I've tried to give the answer out. Somebody help me out quickly. Okay, it's called Kaggle. Everybody, yeah, you try Krager, not Krager, Kaggle, Kaggle, K-A double G-L-E. Everybody, try to look up Kaggle from your browser. Kaggle. Thank you. Kaggle, Kaggle. So you have various types of data that you can use temporarily for whatever system that needs to be built. Thank you very much, everyone. Thank you, Tony. Thank you, Nelson. Thank you, Kendi Alabi. Thank you, Felicia. Thank you, Nat. Thank you, Jessica. Thank you so much. So you can also, so everybody look up for Kaggle. Let me put it in the chat room so that, so let me put it kaggle.com. Kaggle.com. So let me add HTTPS for those people that their browsers are not up to date. Okay, thank you very much. Thank you very much. He has done that for me. So kaggle.com. So you can just go there and play with some of those data. You're going to be using some of them for training of your models during the course of this training. We have the next one is data preparation. Yes, raw data is messy. When we say raw data is messy, so what are we going to be achieving is that during the data preparation, we need to ensure to check if there's any missing values. So if there's any missing values, in case there's any duplicate entries, in case there's incorrect formats, in case there's any biased distributions. If you were listening when I was talking about the data preparation in the uh, machine learning framework that I mentioned the other time, what tool do we need to use to do this? Everybody, quickly in the chat section, what tool do we need to use for data preparation? Quickly, I'm here, I'm waiting. What tool do we need to be able to use for data preparation to be able to ensure that we check for missing value, we do what? We check for duplicate entries, we check for incorrect formats. I need just one answer, just one answer. We have biased distribution. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Olaiton, thank you very much. Olaiton, Python or Panda. Thank you very much. So data preparation can consume 70% of your AI project time. Sincerely, this is where your job really lies. Do you understand? Thank you very much, Olaiton. This is where your job really lies. So we have the model training. I've said this is the brain of your AI. So here, algorithm learns pattern, and to be able to choose, what matters, you need to understand whether it's a linear model method you want to use, the tree model, or a neural network that you really need to use to be able to train your what? To be able to train your data. You need to understand this. You need to choose it rightly. Then we have the evaluation. So we measure accuracy and the precision, recall the F1 score. So one thing I said here is that, how often are we correct? Do you understand? How often is our AI model output or reasoning correct? Do you understand? So missing fraud is worse than flagging legitimate transactions. So evaluation depends on business impact. Not only on business impact, it depends on the type of data that was fed to be able to train that particular model. Do you understand what I'm trying to say now? So we have the deployment. I said the model on your laptop is as useless as anything. Nobody will use it. Are you getting me? So deploying it makes it very accessible via either API or via application. So you can use an API or you're going to use an application to be able to deploy your models. So industry environment uses managed platforms and endpoint to serve models at skills. Lastly, we have the deployments and monitoring and retraining. So this is where your specialty, I get me, your expertise comes in. That is to say, you want to ensure that you monitor whether or the reason why a customer behavior changes. You want to know why that particular models degrades. Why they did that? It's lost its real value of training it. So you want to check why economic conditions shift. You want to check why new fraud techniques emerge. You want to check why the data distribution drifts. All these things are where you monitor. And all the things that you
All right. We'll be taking a minute. The trainer's network actually went off, so please Let's take a few seconds or a minute for him to rejoin the call. While he's rejoining, please let's ensure to fill in the attendance form in the chat box. Thank you.
Okay, please, I have a question. Hello.
Yes, please go ahead.
Okay, can I register for business analyst with this also, or I can just choose one from here?
Um, this is the automation and it runs concurrently with the business analyst. So
Okay.
having a class right now, the AI business analyst class is going on also.
Okay, so I actually want to pick two courses. Which course can I go for with this? Maybe the one that maybe that hosts on Thursday or on Saturdays.
Okay, we have program that runs on Saturday, which is the Diploma in Information Systems and Entrepreneurship and Business Management. So you can pick either of those.
Okay, okay. Thank you very much.
Yes, thank you.
I'm very sorry. Thank you very much for holding on. Please confirm you can hear me back.
Yes, we can hear you are back.
Oh, I'm very sorry for that. I never knew I was off. Okay, so I'll just take a step backward. Um, Sharing my screen. Okay. So I was talking about, okay, I got to responsible AI. Yes, I think I was there. So I got to responsible AI, and I said that is where we talk about the ethical, operational responsibility of all the artificial intelligence automation specialists. This is where you need to be accountable for what you do. Do you understand? You need to know what you are really doing. So, as a responsible AI model builder or trainer or user, you must ensure that you do not discriminate. Do you understand? You must ensure that you do not what? You do not discriminate. You need to ensure that everything, models, the data that you are using, the training processes, the output that will be gotten, the uh, uh the the trainings going into the development of that particular system, they are all explainable. Do you understand? And you need to ensure that all your what data are all your data, they are all secure. So, as I said the other time, responsible AI use include number one, everybody, fairness. Number two, bias monitoring. Number three, explainability. Number four, data protection. That is ensure that they are secured. Number five is security hardening. Number one, fairness, bias monitoring, explainability, then data protection. Data protection. So rounding up today, the session, I need to share with you some of the tools that will be needed. Yes, some of the tools that will be needed for this training. We have those ones that you need to download on your phones or probably on your systems, and you have the ones that you might be needing for the cloud tools. So please, quickly, everybody, take a screenshot of this on my screen. Everybody, do that. Take a screenshot of all these tools. These are all the tools that some that will still be introduced during the, and let me know. Let me see your reaction. Let me see your reactions. So once it's done, once you've taken the screenshots of the tools, good. Somebody said done. Thank you very much, Elisha. Good. Let me see. I want to ensure that the majority of us have taken the screenshot of these tools. Are we done? Are we done? Let me know before I move on. So for local tools, that is the one you are going to be installing on your laptops. Number one, you'll be needing to download Python. Do you understand? I've tried my best to be able to, put it to the materials that this material I'm going to be sending out today on how to be able to, install some of this and check how to be able to use them. So I have Python, I have VS Code, I have the JIT. You need to download JIT too for versioning. I have the Docker, I have the Jupyter Notebook. So Jupyter Notebook is an alternative to Python. So if you don't want to use if you don't want to use VS Code, you can use Jupyter Notebook. I also have for the cloud tools, you need to register on Google Cloud Platform. Yes, I also have the link available on this material that I'm going to be sending to you today. I also have Vertex AI. You'll be able to enable BigQuery ML, Modern Garden Auto ML, Vertex AI pipelines, and Vertex AI monitoring. You're going to be using all this on the Google Cloud platforms. Do you understand? You're going to be using all of them on Google Cloud platform. But before I end these sessions today, I wrote here, which is very important, that Python is the dominant language in AI and machine learning. That was why I said ensure that you save that particular link that we started with this morning, that Python machine learning training. You can take that up, and all you need to do is before you start anything, please ensure that you go to the download link, python.org/downloads. Once you click on the download version that you want, but please ensure that you click on Python 3.1.11. Python 3.11. So somebody will say, okay, I don't know if I have Python installed on my system, right? So all you need to do is to go to your start menu and search for CMD. That's the command prompt. So ensure you run as administrator. So ensure you accept this and type. You don't need to do anything. Just type Python version. Can you see Python? Can you see it? Then version. Can you see? So once you click on this, it will tell you if you have Python. So on this system I'm using for projection, I don't have my Python installed on it. I use a different system. Do you understand? So if once I want to install now, I just need to go to python.org./download. So I can come here. I think you can see my screen. python.org/downloads. So all I need to do is to click the current version is 3.14, but all I need to do is to go and install. Maybe I want a lower version. I don't want 3.14. 14 or something because of some of the errors. So you can decide to pick any other versions. So the one I was using on my previous system is 3.13. Yes, 0.0. The one I'm using on my other system for development is 3.13.0. So you can decide to pick any of the other versions. So once you click on that, it will download automatically. So download it. So just wait for it to download. I want an installer. So to download. So let's wait for it to download. So while we wait for that, let's move on to the other things. So I already gave us this link to go and learn how to use Python, at least for the basic knowledge. So I expect that by Friday next week, we have all finished this uh this training. So what we'll be doing is that in the group, whenever you are done with the chapter for the day, all you need to do is to write learn chapter Python learning or fundamentals of Python, then write day one done. Do you understand? Just be able to keep and help every other person to be able to track whatever we are doing. So let's do it like this. So what is it? So for accountability purpose, so I'm going to change this to red. So I'm going to say fundamentals of Python, the one done. So if you do this, it will be able to help you and also help others to be able to do what? To be able to quickly continue learning. And if you have any question, you can always reach out. We'll be there in the group to assist you. You need to install the Visual Studio Code. This is where you'd be, this is where you are going to be writing, or probably you are going to be documenting all your codes. Do you understand? All your codes. So I've already written the steps to follow. So after you go to code.visualstudio.com, ensure you install it. It's not as hectic as Python, but once you are done with that, you can decide to go to extensions and click on Python, Jupyter, then click on Docker. So we have the install JIT. Yes, it's optional. Yes, it's optional. So while we do JIT is just be able to keep versioning of whatever we are doing. Then we have the JIT hub. We have the JIT hub. This is where we save all our codes. And we have where we are going to be making all or building all our models. The training will be occurring here, and the building of the models will be occurring here. So go to cloud.google.com. If you go to cloud.google.com, you will see where you can be able to, can you see it here by the top right? Just go to console, ensure that you have yourself logged in, and the account you're going to be using, your Gmail account you're going to be using, have to do what? Have to have a 2FA enabled on that particular account. If it is not enabled, then you won't be able to do what? To be able to set up the Google Play console. You need to set up the Google console. So every other models that you'll be needing, every other machine learning tools that you'll be needing are all available in the Google Cloud platform. Do you understand? So this brings us to the end of the day one of the 12 days of the AI automation. Don't forget, I had to come to a level so that for those people who doesn't know anything about artificial intelligence, we're able to do what? We're able to guide them appropriately. Good afternoon, everyone. Do you have any question for me? Is there something that you don't understand? Is there something that you don't understand? So let me quickly pick that up. Let me quickly pick that up. Do you have any question for me? Quickly. Yes, the material that I used today will be sending to the WhatsApp immediately after this session. Don't forget, it's very important for you to have the basic knowledge of what of Python. It's very so. I've not come here today to start to teach you programming or something. So I'm giving you, and we are giving you a grace of 1 week. Don't worry, you get better. Do you understand? You get better as we move on. You get better. You get better as we move on. You get better. Any question for me? Any question for me? Let me share my screen. So, any question for me? I'm waiting. Okay, great. Any question? Let me see the chat room. Yes. No, Carl, you cannot install Python on your phone. No. Do you understand? You can always do the study on your phone. Thank you, David, for explaining that. Do you understand? So don't install Python on your phone. No. Nobody said you to go and install. Let me show my face. Don't install Big Snake on your phone. I'm only joking. So don't install Python on your phone. Do you understand? So ensure that you get a system. Get a system. Let me just quickly share my screen so that I can show us for those people that might be having challenges to install the Python on there. So just double click on it. So can you see it here? So it brings up I just need to do is install Python. So just wait. Ensure you have a good internet. So once it's done, ensure you click launch when it's ready. Do you see? It's done. So if I go back, to my command prompts and I run what version is there, can you see? Python install manager was successfully updated to 26. So it's helping me to install Python 3.14.3. So let's wait till it's done. So it is done. So if you check my instructions too, I said before you continue or do anything, ensure that you install the PIP. It's there in my instruction there. Can you see? So all you just need to do is to run the word PIP, then version. If it's not there, it will automatically install for you. So do this. So sorry. Supposed to go version. Okay. So ensure that you run it appropriately. Ensure you run it appropriately. So let's check the versioning again. It's there. So guys see it's there 3.14.3. 3.14.3. And some of us might also be having challenges because we are having to use Mac OS. Whenever you are installing, whenever you are installing, ensure that you install the version that's compatible with your computer. Somebody will say, is there, I don't have a laptop. Please go and borrow somebody's laptop. There's no sin there. You cannot afford now, not because you are not going to be able to afford, but you can be able to use another person's system during their spare time. So ensure that all the tasks that I've given to, they are given just two tasks. Number one is that all the tools that I ask you to screenshot, ensure that you screenshot them. Number two is that all the uh, learn the Python before we come back on Friday. Do you understand? Learn the basics of the Python and make sure that everybody, okay, not even those that are interested, everybody should take that course. Yes, everybody on this call. Yes, it's very important. Against the next class, everybody. So we want to see your progress. So every day, once you are done, like if you start today, you say day one done, tomorrow day two done, day three done. Do you understand? And so on. So it's going to help you. You even see people that you think you want to look up to be able to encourage you. I think that is good for everybody. So by Friday, when we come together, we start, let me say, we hit the ground running. Yeah, thank you very much for your time. Since I'm not sure we have any other question.
Hello, sir.
Yes, sir, Mr. Kennedy.
Good afternoon, sir.
Good afternoon. How are you doing, sir? You can speak up, sir.
I'm fine, sir. Yes, sir. Please, I want to ask, can we do this on our official laptop? Can
Yes,
we install the
yes.
Python?
Yes, if it's not being monitored, but you can use it. You know, there's some system that has some security in them. So they're very difficult, but if not, you can use it. Do you understand?
Okay, thanks, sir.
Yes, sir.
Thanks for the training.
Oh, somebody said what RAM size, please. Any system can run Python, any system. But when you start training, you have a lot of challenge. Do you understand? When you start training big the data, you have a lot of challenge. Do you understand? But you can at least start with anything that you have now. Don't kill yourself. Don't kill yourself. Don't kill yourself. So from by God's grace, on Friday next week, we're going to start we're going to be starting properly, and we're going to be eating the ground running. So thank you very much, everyone. I hope to see you again in this large number on Friday. Mr. Manuel, over to you. Thank you very much.
Yes, sir. So let's appreciate Mr. Ayola in the chat box. Thank you so much, Mr. Ayola. Thank you so much. Let's appreciate Mr. Ayola. Let's appreciate him. So this session was really wonderful. I think I'll be joining the Python challenge. So we are all students. We are in this together. Let's appreciate it. Let's appreciate it. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Mr. Ayola. Right. So the attendance has been reposted, and also the link to the WhatsApp group has been posted. Let's endeavor to join the group for more informations and connections with other students and the trainers. So join the WhatsApp group, and also please fill in the attendance. And don't forget, registrations is still going on. Tell your friends, tell your colleagues, tell your family, your cousins, tell them to register for the program and be a partaker of this rare opportunity. We hope to see you again in the same number and more next week, Friday, same time. Thank you so much for joining us.